there, my name is Sissybeth and welcome to my channel. So for this video I decided that I was going to do a Disney college program tag for my upcoming program. I'm at like 54 days before I check in for my second college program and I am so excited. I found this tag at Fallen in Disney. I will leave a link in the description below for you guys to check out this tag and the blog. It is a really cool blog with a lot of fun stuff on it. So I'm going to be doing this tag based on my upcoming program. If you guys want to check out my alumni tag for my first Disney college program, I'll put a link to that in the description as well. So let's begin. The first question is, how did you find out about the program? So besides already doing a program before, the story of how I found out about the Disney college program is kind of interesting, I guess. So I was actually a senior in high school and a friend and I thought, oh, wouldn't it be cool if we could just go work for Disney for the summer before we went to college? And she had a study hall while I had an art class, and they were right next to each other. So her and another one of our friends would come over into my art class and we could hang out together, so they would study and I would do art. And she was trying to figure out how we could work for Disney for the summer. And all of a sudden she stumbled upon the Disney college program, and I kind of looked over her shoulder at her laptop for a little bit, but then I went home and I started doing research, and I went to my mom and I was like, Mom, we found this program today with Disney. It lets you work for Disney when you're in college. I'm going to do this program. And it actually, I'm not going to lie, it was the actual reason why I went to college, was because I wanted to do the program. There's actually a huge story behind Disney getting me to continue college and get a degree. So if you guys are interested in hearing that story, let me know, because that's a wild tale. So the next question is, how was the interview process? The second time I felt a lot more comfortable with the interview process. I was still really nervous. Unlike my first time, I didn't study or get ready for it at all, which is probably why I didn't get children's activities, because my first program, my top 3 roles were Photopass, character attendant, and Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. And I did a whole bunch of research, looked up the questions and everything. So I was really prepared for those questions, but I did the second time, but I did no research on children's activities and the types of questions we'd be asked. So I think my brain was very prepared with my answers for Photopass and character attendant. Character attendant was the same question as my first one. You're working with such and such character and they need to go on their break. You know, what do you say to guess? Photopass was, I think, what do you like most about Photopass or photography or something like that. And children's activities, just, I was like, So that is one thing I say about the interview process. If you have jobs you really want, like me with applying for this program, I only put down 3 jobs. I only wanted character attendant, Photopass, and children's activities. Really know the questions. Like, go look for questions, really get an idea of what they could be asking, what people are saying, what you should, figure out what you want to say and all of that, what you should say, because I truly think that's why I got Photopass, because I was more prepared for that question versus children's activities. But other than that, the interview process, I think that most people get like a little nervous and bubbly and everything, because especially when you want to do it so badly, you get nervous and everything, but really relax. I've thought about doing a phone interview tip video, but I feel like there's tons out there. So again, let me know if you guys would like a phone interview tip video from myself. What is your role and what were your preferred roles? Well, I've already said that. My preferred roles this time around was children's activities, character attendant, and Photopass. And this girl got her dream role of Photopass, and I am so excited. I watch tons of Photopass videos all the time. I follow Photopass on Instagram. Oh my gosh, and the new magic shots, I am so excited to be able to do magic shots and night shots with guests, and oh, I'm really excited to get behind the camera and take a whole bunch of memories. And I love photography and photos just so much that there's just a whole bunch of things that go through my head, like 20 years from now someone could be looking back at a photo book of a photo and there's a photo in there and they go, oh, I remember that, and it's like, I took that photo. And for some reason that means so much to me. It's just everything to me. So yeah, I am going to be Photopass. So I accidentally switched two of the questions. So the third question is actually, where were you when you found out? And I was actually at my internship when I found out. I think I was in like the second or third. No, I was in the first wave, I'm pretty sure. So there was a test wave that went out. And then I think I was in the second wave. I think a test wave went out, and then after the test wave another wave went out, and then I was the second wave. And I was actually at my internship, and I didn't expect that I was going to be getting anything while I was at my internship. So I was sitting at my internship on my computer just doing my stuff, and I just had my email opened in another tab, and I just was and all of a sudden it was, my email was blinking, and I was like, oh, no, I've been getting junk mail all day. So I clicked it, and it opened, and there it was. I started shaking, I started crying. I had planned to actually film all of it, but because I was at my internship, I felt kind of awkward pulling out my camera to film it or even filming it on my phone. So I just, in my actual video where I said that I was accepted, when it begins and it opens, that is the first time I opened the email. I did grab my phone and I videotaped just that part, but nothing else. So yeah, I was at my internship, I was crying, I was shaking, I was just so happy to be going back. I just want to apologize real quick about my bangs and me moving my head a lot. They're getting long, and I have an appointment in July, hopefully, with my favorite hairstylist to get them trimmed. So I'm trying to figure everything out with them. Alrighty, so the next question is, how did you find your roommates and how many of them do you want? So, I'm not looking for roommates, or at least actively looking for roommates this program. I got burned pretty hard doing my first program with roommates. It was a story that ended up for the better, but it really kind of is uncomfortable to think that I'd been spending a lot of time. I'd spent about like 2 months with these girls, and I was busy and didn't respond when dorms first came out, and so they just did everything without me, and then they completely ignored me. They kicked me out of all the groups. They wouldn't ever meet me in person. So I don't know, because of that experience and because I had to go random, so because of that experience and because I went random, I don't really mind random roommates. I actually, beyond what one of them might think, I actually loved one of the roommates that I had. I thought she was really cool, but she probably wouldn't believe that. I didn't really even mind our international roommates, even though there again is a story of learning to live with people from a different country and culture. But I'm perfectly fine with going random and that kind of experience. So I was hoping to find at least one person to link up with for this program, but I haven't found anyone yet. So if you check in August 5th and you check out January 24th and you want to link up with at least one other roommate, let me know because I'm still looking. But I do know how many I would like. So for this program, I really want Vista Way, and they only have 6 people and 4 people apartments open for a program, it's looking like. So I'm perfectly fine with those numbers. I don't mind them at all. I personally know that we spend a lot of time at work, and typically we spend a lot of time with friends that we make at work and all of that, hang out at the parks. So as long as I get some respectful roommates, I think we're going to be totally fine. I'm not too worried about it. The next one is, what are you going to miss during your program? I really think just my family and my dogs. I don't really drive here, so I'm not necessarily going to miss my car. I'm not a huge person to go for a drive. I don't really particularly like where I live at the moment. I've been here 15 years, maybe 16 here soon, so I'm just kind of... So I think just family and dogs. You know, I'm definitely going to miss having dogs around. Even though my dogs, you know, pretend a lot of the time like they don't like me, or I'm kind of like third on their list, I'm still going to miss them. But not much else. I like going on adventures. And I'm glad to be going on this one again. Next is, what's your favorite Disney park? That's an easy one. It's Epcot. I know so many people are like, Epcot's a waste of a ticket. Epcot, ew, Epcot. I love Epcot. Now, there could be a few reasons. One being that I could get to it very easily because I had some bus anxiety, but I knew the Magic Kingdom buses because that's where I worked. So I could get on the Magic Kingdom buses, then I could get on the monorail, and then I could get to Epcot really easy. And then I didn't really like being in Magic Kingdom because I always had to work. I was working there. And some of the magic's kind of lost when you work. For me, at least, when you work in a certain park, or you just don't like going there as often. But definitely Epcot. I just loved walking around World Showcase. Soarin' is definitely my favorite ride. I also love Spaceship Earth. I also love just how it was typically a lot more relaxed and calm than a lot of the other parks. I don't know. I'm just a huge nerd. And that's why. But yeah, I'm even thinking about on traditions. Most people go to Magic Kingdom. I'm thinking I'm going to go to Epcot and ride me some Soarin'. Maybe get some Norwegian school bread. What's the first thing you want to do when you get there? This question... Well, so when I first get there, I want to check in and I want to get settled in my room. And then at some point I'm buying my mama a Dole Whip. But... like I said, after traditions, when I can get into the parks, I want to go ride Soarin'. I really want to go ride Soarin' around the world. I just love Soarin', and Soarin' around California left just after my program. I think it left in 2017. Did it leave in 2017? I think it left in 2017. So I'm really excited to check out Soarin' around the world, and everyone says that it's amazing, and the graphics are just beautiful. Oh, I'm really excited for it. What's the number one thing on your bucket list? My bucket list really isn't listed as I want to do this, and this. It's I need to do all of these things. I've already made a video about my bucket list, so if you guys want to check it out, I will link it for you guys. It's called 31 Things I Must Do, because that is what it is. I want to do all of those things. So I guess what's the first thing on my bucket list that I want to get done? Primarily is get my magic band. I want to do that actually at traditions if I can, because I know exactly which magic band I want, and it can sometimes be really hard to find it. And if you don't know what it is, I want the alum magic band so badly. I'm so in love with it. And the last question is, what is one thing you want to take away from your program? This program, I kind of want to find where I need to go next. Like I said, Disney taught me the first time that I needed to come back, I needed to finish college, and I needed to get my degree. This time I wanted to teach me where I'm meant to go from there. Am I meant to stay with Disney? Am I meant to go somewhere else? Because I'm at a huge fork in the road where I could do so many different things, and I want to do so many different things. I want to get my master's. That is a set in. I'm going to get my master's at some point in my life. But I don't know how that's going to happen. I could stay with Disney. I could continue Photopass. I could try to bring social work into Disney like I'm doing with these videos. I could go home and get my master's, and then I could go work for the DOD. I could go work at a children's hospital and become a child life expert. I could do so much because there's a lot that I want to do. So I'm really hoping Disney can open my eyes and be like, hey, you are meant to stay at Disney and do this. Or hey, you are meant to go home and do this. Or hey, you didn't even think about this one, but hey, maybe you should try this out. So that is what I'm hoping Disney can kind of clear up for me. So that was the last question that Fallen and Disney had on their blog. If you guys liked this video, make sure that you give it a big thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos and watch my adventure as I go back to Disney World, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. In the comment section, tell me if you guys want any particular video, if you want a video about things I talked about in this one, or if there are other ideas that you have. I would love to hear from you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see y'all later. Bye!